Yo, yo, yo. Hello, people. What's good? What's happening, man? Hope everyone's doing well in this fine weather in the UK, man. It's, I think, up to 41 degrees today, man. Crazy weather. You know what I mean? But lovely, man. We can't complain. Most of the year, we're annoyed that it's raining, it's cold, and, I do prefer the summer. Even though the sun ain't the real sun, for me, back home in the Caribbean, Jamaica, real tropical sun, man. This kind of weather makes you feel sticky and don't want to do nothing. Back home, you just want to be active and doing stuff. But, I'm not going to, that's a different topic. But, yeah, man, sunny, man, trying to make the most of it, So, yeah, man, I hope all of you lot are doing the same. But obviously, I know why you're really here. And, Shelltastic himself, of Shelltastic Sports, always gets down to business. We're in the lab cooking up now, boiling up. And I know you're going to want to talk about the Ryan Garcia fight against Javier Fortuna. And we're going to break it down real quick. Yeah, I watched, you know what, I'll be honest with you. I actually woke up in the night and saw the last couple rounds. And I actually woke up and didn't set an alarm for it or anything like that. Because I work nights, my body kind of wakes up at a nighttime kind of thing when I do get my day off or whatever. And I saw the last couple rounds. So I didn't want to make a video straight away until I watched the whole, up until the first body shot and then the stoppage in the 6th round. So I obviously waited until yesterday, and then I was going to drop a video yesterday, but I got caught up with some stuff. And yeah, but I'm doing a video now. What do I think? Well, that is what I expected to see happen. Obviously, those that Fortuna, it was a guy at 130. His best years at 130. He's obviously on the hill now. Not take nothing away from Ryan Garcia. You can only beat what's in front of you. So he's fighting a guy that's past it, plus a man that's 2 divisions smaller. I know Ryan Garcia moved up to 140, but Ryan Garcia was a big 135, just like Haney, just like Tiafimo. All these guys are big at the weight anyway. And, so them men are all going to meet at 140 regardless, or 147. I've always said this, So Garcia, I can look at it as a 140 anyway, even though he was campaigning most of his career at 135. But I still look at, he brought him at 2 weights, and you can see the size difference. It was inevitable. And there was talk about Fortuna, maybe his only best way of winning this fight was to go and take some risks early, going out there. But I think Ryan intimidated very early on with his hand speed. You could see it very on. He started letting a couple combinations go, and he felt probably some of the power that Garcia does have. And he probably thought, oh, sorry, probably I can't just go in like that. But the longer the fight would go, it was always going to favour Garcia. And he got down to business. I don't think he lost a round. He looked sharp in there compared to when he fought Tango in his comeback fight after his his time out of the ring. He looked a lot more sharp, obviously more time to work with Joe Guzan. And yeah, he looked like Garcia. I mean, I wouldn't say it was anything different to what I've seen prior to that. So yeah, it was a good performance. He did what he had to do. He caught him with a beautiful body shot, similar to one he gave to Luke Campbell that stopped Campbell a year ago, I think they fought. And it was a wonderful one. Fortuna did well to even get up and try and fight back. And then the 5th, I think he dropped him twice with headshots, and I think in the last round, the 6th round, he dropped him with a nice little combination, double left hook, and then yeah, I think it was a left hook, right, and then another double left hook, and I just stopped him. So it was a beautiful combination, and that was all she wrote. And Garcia went on, did what he did. The boy's a star. We can't deny it. That's obviously everything he's done on social media is a huge draw. Look at the audience. I mean, his reported purse was 2 million. 2 million for a fight against, no offense, Javier Fortuna, who's not really known to anyone other than the hardcore boxing fans. 2 million is a big purse. You got to think about it. So he's a huge draw. So obviously the whole talk, the build up to the fight and also obviously post fight was about the Tank Davis fight. And he was in the ring saying that he's going to make negotiations, say visible in the sense of he's so they can't try to say he's ducking the fight. It's a big fight. We need to see Garcia in the big fights now. He's been fighting this kind of opposition. I don't think Fortuna was better than Campbell, to be honest with you, at that point. I think Campbell still has been his best test, because obviously Campbell flattened him as well, put him on the floor, and he got up and showed real heart and balls to get up and finish him. Fortuna didn't cause the same threats as Campbell. Number one, he's a lot smaller in terms of height and reach, and obviously presence as well. Campbell's a big lightweight as well. So we need to see Garcia when he's fighting a man of his size, or a man that has got a real threat and in his prime as well. So I'm not going to knock the performance. It was a good performance. He did what he had to do. We move on now. Let's see him in a mega fight now, whether it's against David Haney, whether it's against Tank Davis, whether it's against Tiafimo, because I hear him saying that if he can't get Tank, he wants Tia. So let's do that. There's guys at 140. 140 is going to be, I was saying this to my boy like a year ago. I said, look, 140 in a year's time is going to be the hot division. Everyone kept saying 4 Kings at 145. I said, nah, because all them guys are too big for the weight. I mean, Tank's the only exception because he came up through the weights, and to be honest with you, he just had a lot of weight discipline. He's missed weight a couple of times on certain fights. So yeah, I mean, I think 140 probably be more comfortable for him because he's not a big guy anyway. So making 140 is easy for him. But the other three are definitely bigger the weight. Haney's bigger the weight. Garcia bigger the weight. T has obviously moved up as well. He's huge at the weight as well. So I always said 140 is where they probably will meet. I never thought any of them would meet at 135 because it's just they're all getting big and they're gonna struggle. And you're gonna get the best performances in those fights when they're at 140 or 147. I think they'll all move up to 147 eventually. So the welterweight division will get hot eventually. But I think for the immediate future, 140 division is gonna be super hot. You already got Paul Gray, Montana Love. You still got Josh Taylor there for now. You got Jack Catterall. It's a very, very stacked division. And if you move Haney and their man up into it, it's going to be massive. And I know Shaquille Stevens is talking about moving to 135. By the time he moves up, it might be a bit dead. It might be only like that's a Convulsus and there won't be. So he might even make the big jump into 140. That division will be stacked eventually. And they're all in a similar age group. So we, as boxing fans, hardcore or casual, we've got a lot of big fights. So long as these networks and promotions can work together, we've got a lot of big fights that can be made in the next 18 months, 2 years in and around that division, in and around the lightweight 140, even 147 division. So we should be excited, man. We should demand as fans to see these fights because there's nowhere to really run because they're all at similar levels and they're all going to be stacked. There's not too many, there's only so many C-level fighters you can fight before you have to face one of the other big stars. You know what I mean? So we're in for a treat as fans. So yeah, man, who do you like want to see him fight next? The Tank Davis fight is for me still a risk for him because I just still think I didn't see anything in there that he learned from Luke Campbell fight because Fortuna was very limited. You know, he doesn't really. I know he punched a bit at 130, but you know he's going up in weight, so his punch power was always going to deteriorate anyway. And he didn't really give Garcia any problems in there at all, if any. He didn't land on him that often, so I didn't learn anything new from Garcia in that fight. I mean, I learned so much more in the Campbell fight. You know, that was for me, that was his real test, and I still think that is. So I can't really say if he fights Tank, going off that performance, if that's going to make me more confident. You know what I mean? So I still think I'd still favour Tank in that fight. I just think his punching power is an element, and if Campbell can drop you, like anyone can get dropped in boxing. You get hit with the right shot, you can go. Like it is what it is. You get hit at the right spot in the right time, you can get dropped. But I just feel like that Campbell drop was enough to make me think, Tank hits you with that shot, you don't get up, or your feet are gonna be over the place, and he's gonna come and finish you. So I don't know, but Garcia causes threats to himself because Garcia can keep it long. He didn't really use that in that approach. He was trying to get rid of Fortuna. So yeah, but he did a good job. So yeah, it's an interesting fight to watch. Let's see how that plans out. Let's see if they can negotiate that fight. Let's see if Mayweather and De La Hoya can get that fight done. It'll be interesting, but let's see. Let's see what can be done, man. I'll be looking forward to that fight if it can be made. 100%, we will be looking forward to it. It'll be a huge fight commercially as well. Like I said, they're draws. Both of them are draws now, right? Garcia for me is a bigger star because he can demand them kind of person. Look how packed it was in there. Even though he hasn't fought, he ain't got the same experiences in the ring as say Tank. His audience, because of his outside presence, is a lot better. So it's a big fight. So let's make that fight happen, man. See what Mayweather and De La Hoya can do and make that fight. It's pay-per-view on both platforms, on Showtime and the Zone. Let it be. You know, I'm tired of seeing networks get involved in fights. We want to see these fights. We've suffered for years not watching some of the big fights. So let's make it happen, man. And yeah, man, that's really my thoughts, really, man. Good performance for Garcia. Nothing what I didn't expect. Move on to bigger things. Let's see him in the super fights now. Let's see how good Garcia is now. And let's find out if he's really the real deal or is he just a social media presence. So yeah, that's my really thoughts on it, man. But yeah, like I said, good performance. We move on to the next one. And yeah, man, definitely more videos will be coming out soon. It's just been pretty quiet, really. But yeah, definitely more stuff coming on. So yeah, but it's your boy Sheltastic with Sheltastic Sports. Hope you have a lovely day. If you're in the UK, enjoy the weather while it lasts. And everyone around the world, just enjoy it, enjoy your life. And yeah, man, we'll be back with another video very soon. So shout out to all you lot. Like, subscribe, share all the lovely stuff, and peace. We'll be back with another video very soon.